Welcome back. In 1971, two high school girls disappeared on their way to an end-of-the-year keg party. Police, back then, didn't do much, insisting that the girls must have run away. Well, in 2004, the state formed a cold case unit that picked up the case as a potential homicide because they had a specific suspect in mind. KARE 11 reporter Lou Raguse, he covered the case extensively from 2005 to 2008 while working in a station in South Dakota. He's now written a book about this entire case, and the book is climbing the charts. And we want to thank you for coming in and talking to us about this. First of all, I just want to say how proud we are as your coworker to see this kind of journalism and this kind of work.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's a far leap from doing a daily news story turn. I mean, the amount of time and the amount of research that you invested in this story shows in the first 20 pages, it shows in the first 100 pages. And I just want to say congratulations on this marvelous work.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, it was not done as part of my work here at KARE 11. This was in my so-called spare time that I'm not spending, when I'm not at work or not spending time with my family.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing I want to ask you is, like, you cover so many stories in crime, almost seemingly daily. Mm-hmm. What is it about this story that captured you enough that you wanted to really devote so much time to it?
Well, this case I covered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota when I was the Cops and Courts reporter there. And it was kind of like unfinished business. First of all, I was only 22, 23, 24 years old at the time. So I didn't have the same skill that I had now, even though I thought I was a pretty good reporter.
Or understanding of the system and family.
And when things don't go as expected, that's the major thing. So this case, that cold case that I covered, they reopened this case, and you can see the video here of the farm that they searched. It was just a massive search. The authorities made all sorts of mistakes. They charged this man with murder, and when you're young, you kind of just believe what they're telling you. You don't question the narrative as much. And at that point in my career, I didn't know how to question it in an effective way.
Right.
And so eventually we find out what happens to Pam and Sherry. But the answers that were given by the authorities to me were inadequate. And the families that were involved in this case didn't feel like they had a full answer. And so that was kind of the inspiration for doing the book.
Yeah, it's a fascinating tale. These two young ladies, they're juniors in high school. They seem very, very opposite, and you go into quite detail about their home lives and their upbringings. And the detail is actually incredible. And I'm wondering who you interviewed and how long that took to get those kinds of details for a book like this. You work with their families?
Yeah, so the book is in three parts. The initial part is 1971, when they disappeared and what followed. The second part is the cold case in the mid-2000s. And then the third part is kind of me coming in first person to kind of give all the answers.
Yeah.
That first part, 1971, was extremely difficult because you're talking to people about memories that are 40 years old.
Right.
But I got access to the case files in South Dakota, which is extremely difficult because they don't have the same data practices laws that we do here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So you can't just request all the police reports and get them. I had to fight to get them, and it was kind of unprecedented what I did. So putting together, probably 200 interviews total, as well as access to these reports to do this.
Well, and the fact that it's no longer a cold case is a big deal. There's a resolution at the end of this book. Mm-hmm. And it's, to me, it's sort of screaming Netflix or HBO, like it's everywhere right now. Have you been approached by anybody, or is this something that maybe a video portion that might be planned in the future?
There have been discussions, but there's nothing that's signed right now. And part of it is that a lot of them look for like the sure thing, like the case that you've already heard of, And so the fact that this is a case that you've never heard of, I mean, the fact that the book is out now, it's gaining so much steam on Amazon and stuff like that, I'm pretty confident that it'll do more.
Well, listen, Vanished in Vermilion, that's the name of the book. Mm-hmm. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever books are sold. Lou, I've known you since college, man, 20 years. And to start reading this book, I'm just so proud of you, man. I really am. You did a wonderful job, and I just wish you the best of luck on this because it is a remarkable piece of journalism.
Yep, I hope lots of people read it.
Outstanding.